Carter Sports back. And today we finna talk about some West Coast D-line recruits that USC could get on and get cracking. So let's go. And if you been here before, can you please hit that like, please? And if you ain't subscribed, boy, you better subscribe. Trojan family, Trojan gang, fight on forever is in our building. And today I'm about to talk about some Cali recruits, right? Some Cali recruits on the defensive line that USC could go out and get and pursue and make this class all again popping and new. So let's talk about what it do, right? The first California defensive lineman I want to bring y'all attention to that USC can focus their attention to is Josiah Sharma. He out of Sacramento, California, Folsom High School. Kid stand at 6'3" and a half, 320, right? He's a 4-star prospect. You know what I'm saying? He been recruited by every school in the nation. Washington, Alabama, all the big schools, right? I would say one thing about this kid though. I would say he seemed to love the board, right? So he was once committed to Washington, then he decommitted. When Board went down to Alabama, he went down and visited Alabama, and Alabama became one of his faves. He said a lot of positive things about the board. So this is a coach's kid, right? But it's still early in the process. This 2025 class got a year and a half to commit. And anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. This kid, a West Coast kid, he might end up wanting to stay closer to home. You never know. His parents might love it. I'm just letting y'all know he a DeBoer kid, but he's a California kid, and he's a kid that USC could look to flip. They trying to flip our recruits. He ain't committed nowhere. So we just trying to hop in his top 3, his top 2. We got a year and a half to do it. We need to get on this kid now, right? Josiah Sharma, 6'3" and a half, 320, West Coast kid, Sacramento. He's a 4-star. He's a kid that will be a good get for this class. This is a good replacement for a Justice Terry or somebody like that, right? Then you got Tyler Parker. Tyler Parker from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. He's 6 foot, 295, 3-star, right? Southern California kid. He got offers from everywhere as well. Ain't just Pac-12 schools. He got Power 5 offers as well. Good talent. A Southern California kid, a defensive lineman that could ball. This kid could play. He's strong and he play above his weight, right? Then you got another kid from Bishop Gorman, Las Vegas, right? 6 foot, 265, defensive tackle. Now he committed to Utah. But like I said, commitment day is a year and a half away. People flipping our recruits and our recruits decommitting. We need to get some of our own. See, this recruiting is fluid, right? Everybody flipping and decommitting. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get some flip and you gonna flip some. So here's the target I like to look at. The flip. He's a West Coast kid. At this point, every West Coast kid on deck. He's a 3-star, right? He ain't got the massive frame. He ain't like Josiah, 6'3" and a half, 320, but he got potential, right? 6 foot, 6'1", 265. If Coach Henny, the coach that we think he is, he could develop all these kids, right? He could get these 3-stars playing like 4-stars, even though Josiah is a 4-star, right? But Coach Henny, that dog work to get the full potential out these kids, right? Then you got Alhassan Adisu, right? This kid is an edge, right? 4 stars on most composite recruiting rankings, right? I think Orange 3 got him a 3-star though, but this kid is massive. He's 6'8", 240 last listen, but last I heard, I think he like 260 now, right? Massive edge. He's 6'8", right? So he could play edge standing up or with his hands down. But to me, he projects more as a defensive end. Massive body, like This somebody that Coach Henny could really put some dog work in. I mean, he knew the football. He just started playing football. I remember doing a video on him. I think he from like Ghana, Africa. I gotta double back and check, but go check out my video on this kid. Alhassan Adisu is with the business, but he just started playing football, so he raw. So a raw prospect like this, we ain't even seen half his potential. Let Coach Henny get up under him and start developing this kid. This kid could be a monster. This kid could be better than Isaiah Gibson at the edge. He's 6'8", 240, and he raw, but he still was able to dominate like he been playing football for years. He got great body mechanics, an athlete. He originally came to America to play basketball and soccer, I believe. Basketball, I know for sure, right? And somebody seen him and said, man, why don't you try out for the football team? That's Alhassan Adisu. Can't forget about him. I mean, this kid got 5-star potential written all over him, and he from Modesto, another Northern California. It seemed like Northern California got the Dline talent that we need. So we need to get Josiah, Sharma, and Alhassan Adisu. Now, Alhassan Adisu shows interest in USC, and at one point, USC was trending number 2 to get this kid. Last I checked, I think he was trending Minnesota, but it was like 50-50 Minnesota USC. So this is a kid that we really need to refocus on. Like, this could be the replacement for Isaiah Gibson. Alhassan Adisu, a 6'8", 240 kid. And I already gave y'all Marco Jones, right, and Jared Smith. Add Alhassan Adisu as possible replacement for the loss of Gibson, and add Josiah, Sharma, Tyler Parker, and Sion from Bishop Gorman to that list. Then you got another athlete playing the edge, Chinadu Onye Agoro from King Drew, right? This is one of them inner city kids that I've been talking about. This is an inner city LA talent, and this kid is a 4-star, right? He's a 4-star edge. So I done brought y'all this that quick. I done brought y'all 2 4-star edges that's in our backyard, that's in California. So we ain't gotta cry over Gibson. We got options. The Justice Terry, it gonna be harder to replace him, but the edge, we got options. The edge, we got options. And this kid, Chinadu Onye Agoro, hope I'm pronouncing his name right. As you see, he's a 4-star. He's 6'4", 215. So he's 6'4", so you know he could easily add 50 pounds, 40 pounds right his sophomore year, right? 6'4", you could easily play at 255, right? And he's a classic case of West Coast kids. See the difference between West Coast kids and down South kids? Our defensive linemen grow at a different pace. They get their grown man body, and body don't start to develop till they in college, year 1, year 2. They start getting their grown man body. Them down south kids eating good, eating that farm country food, you know, eating great down there. A lot of country kids, they already getting into their grown man body at 16, 17. Like, look at Justice Terry picture when he was 13. He already had his grown man body. Justice Terry had a grown man body at 13 and 14. The West Coast kids don't fill out and get their grown man body till they like 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of West Coast defensive linemen is underrated, because they don't get into their grown man body until college. The Southern kids already have their grown man body coming into college. So this kid is a example of that. 6'4", 215 edge. He hasn't filled into his body yet, right? And then you got Garrett Martin, right? He committed to Kansas, but that's a basketball school. He out of Phoenix, Arizona, right? So I'm not only talking about Cali kids. We got to recruit the whole region. So Garrett Martin out of Phoenix, Arizona, a 6'4", 220 edge. He committed to Kansas, a 3-star. It's another kid we need to target and try to flip, right? We need to get all these West Coast kids. And if you see, if we really dig deep, the West Coast got some edge talent, right? But so it's critical that we go hard after Josiah, Sharma, because he gonna play inside. He gonna be a D tackle, right? So it's crucial that we get him. Crucial that we get Tyler Parker. He might be a D tackle as well. He already 300 pounds. He already 295. So he gonna be able to play D tackle or nose instead of that 6 feet. You know, that's shorter, but that's kind of good at the same time because you got leverage. Look at Aaron Donald. Longest, if you 6'6", longest you still strong though. Look at the shoulders and strength and the physique Aaron Donald had. So with a superb weight room conditioning and a superb work ethic, Tyler Parker could play on the inside too. So these are some kids. These are the kids on the West Coast, man. And oh yeah, Julian Lewis, his teammate Shamar Arnox, 3-star corner out of Carrollton, just got a crystal ball to USC. So we gonna recover. I was mad. We all mad, right? I live in the moment and be fans just like y'all. But then I had to refocus, just like our coaching staff gonna have to refocus. And we got plenty options at edge, and we got some options at D tackle. We need to get them though. Sharma, Parker should be tops of our list. We need to get Alhassan back on campus because he visited before. All these kids I'm giving y'all videos for, all the kids on this video, USC needs to schedule a visit for them, man. Because if we really believe in our coaching staff, we really believe in Coach Henny, these kids that I gave y'all, he could have these kids balling. And look, Garrett Martin, he don't got no physical limitations. He's 6'4", 220. So it ain't like we asking him to take players who just won't be able to do what he coaching, right? Chine dude, he's 6'4", right? Alhassan 6'8". Tyler Parker 6 foot. And then you got Josiah Sharma, he's 6'3.5". So it ain't like we asking him to take 5'10", undersized guys who ain't that great athletes. Even the guys that 6 foot, Tyler Parker, he's still in range. Like that still can be coached up, right? He still might grow an inch. We can't forget that Aaron Donald was only 6'1", right? Kobe Young, a guy that, Coach Henny coached up last year. I think he only was 6'1", 6'2", right? So these are some guys that can be coached up and dominate, especially Sharma, especially Alhassan Adisu, and Garrett Martin, and Chinede Onye Agoro. So tell me what y'all think, man. Like, we still got options and ain't over. So just look at it like this. If we could get a commitment from Sharma, even though that'll be further down the road, we a little behind in his recruiting. I'm saying by signing day. We could get a commitment from Sharma, Alhassan Adisu, and Chinedu Onye Agoro. That'll make up for the loss of Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson. Cause that'll be a defensive tackle and 2 edges. So we still in position to still land a top 10 type class, right? We'll need another 2 more 5 stars, right, to probably get in the top 3. But that just all speculation. That, you know what I'm saying? 5 stars are just them kids that's more physically developed than the other kids, really. Because when you watch the film, all these kids be balling, right? So what y'all think, man? We gonna keep our head up. We gonna stay on the grind, and let's focus on these kids. Let's focus on the low key targets, right? So if we get these kids to commit that I mentioned, we ain't gonna have to worry about their family saying, "Oh, you need to stay closer to home." We ain't gotta worry about all the other schools, feeling some type of way and trying their hardest to flip them. Like, when we got players like Justice Terry, Isaiah Gibson, Drake Stubbs, Julian Lewis, right? When we got players like that, a lot of SEC teams and a lot of teams gonna be competing for their services. They gonna really try even harder because these guys are closer to their university than USC is. So when we get commitments from kids in our own backyard, the fight for them to keep them commitment ain't gonna be the same. Right? So what y'all think? I like it. We still got some options, And we got a year and a half to get it together. There's still options out there, y'all. We still could finish with a nice, strong class. So until then, it's Trojan City, it's Carter Sports, it's USC. So let's go.